Are you ready to start your herbal learning journey? Are you ready to dive deep and learn herbs and how to use them medicinally? Let's talk about that. Weeds are medicine, and you have a full pharmacy just outside your door. But that isn't what most people picture when they think of an herb garden. What they picture is a dreamy vision of a fenced garden full of aromatic, medicinal, and culinary herbs in a sanctuary of bright and bold colors with birds singing in the background. While this is a nice thought, most homesteaders have much more to do than to have a perfectly manicured garden for only culinary and medicinal herbs. Herbal medicine focuses on the importance of treating the root cause of a health issue rather than merely alleviating the symptoms. As I have mentioned before in previous videos, most medical doctors treat the symptom, while doctors of natural medicine dig deep to find what is causing the pain to begin with. The approach of addressing the underlying causes of health struggles in our lives shows that true healing and long-term well-being can be achieved. Pharmaceutical medications often have a forceful action on our bodies with side effects, while herbal remedies nourish our bodies while aiding and assisting our bodies to heal themselves. Pharmaceuticals can be expensive, they can be limiting, and they are often laced with chemicals that could cause injury later in life. Herbal remedies are often multifaceted, meaning that they can help other parts of the body become healthier. They often help the body become healthier due to their nourishing effects and multitude of nutrients they provide. Not only that, they are not limiting. You can have as much medicine as you want growing in your yard as you have space for, and if they are perennial, they keep giving year after year with no added expense. Learning herbs is not something you can master overnight. Start with the weeds that already grow in your yard. Understand them, learn them, preserve them, use them. Then venture to having a few perennial herbs that you know exactly how to use medicinally. Then expand. Herbal medicine is a very large topic with a lot to learn. So if you start small and work your way up, you will grasp it much easier. Let's look at some herbal basics that may help you get started on the journey of restoring your health. Integrating herbs into your daily life can support the immune system, enhance our vitality, and promote a greater sense of overall well-being. I could go into much more detail on each herb, and I do in my newsletter, but here I am going to focus on some simple, general information about common herbs found on a homestead. Calendula. This flower is great for wound healing on the skin and internally as an antibiotic. Elecampane. The root assists the gut and aids in the respiratory system. Mullein. The leaves are a rock star for respiratory ailments, especially for the lungs. Hops. Hops is a gut healer along with being a pain reliever. Mix this with Salvia apiana, which is white sage, and you have one amazing pain-relieving combination. Valerian. A lot of people know valerian as a good herb to help with sleep. But did you know that it is also amazing for anxiety attacks? Yarrow. Yarrow is amazing for fevers, the respiratory system, and to stop bleeding. Plantain. The leaves of plantain helps pull toxins out of the skin. This is wonderful for bug bites, bee stings, or snake bites. Lemon balm. Lemon balm helps calm the brain and body while also fighting viruses. Echinacea. Echinacea is a natural hyaluronic acid which can help with rattlesnake bites, and it is amazing to help boost the immune system. These are just a few herbs to start with, but what do you do with them once you grow them? There are many different ways to use herbs, both internally and externally. Herbs are very versatile. Whether you prefer a tea, oil, salve, poultice, syrup, or herbal tincture, the medicinal benefits can be preserved. Teas are easy. As long as you cover the cup, pot, French press, or whatever you are using to steep the herb into the warm water, then you will capture those amazing medicinal benefits of the herb you are steeping. You should steep a cup of tea anywhere between 10 minutes to 2 hours. An herbal oil is usually for topical use. You have the option of making it the long and more healthy way or the faster and easier method. I do explain the specific steps in making an herbal oil in my book called Survival Herbs for Beginners. If you haven't checked it out, you should. It can be found on Amazon, Carolina Readiness Store in North Carolina, at the events at which I speak, or at any major book retailer. You can find out more on my specific website at www.theweeddoc.net. If you want to learn about herbs in a bi-monthly newsletter, feel free to subscribe by going to that website. Okay, back to what I was saying about an herbal oil. Other than using it topically, you can use it internally as well. You can infuse a plant-based oil, which is called a carrier oil, with an herb and use that for culinary purposes, or you can use an herbal infused oil for oil pulling. I've had many people ask about this, and I do plan to make a video on this very soon. It is an amazing way to keep you from having cavities. A salve is basically an herbal oil with beeswax. It is much like a solid form of an herbal infused oil. This is typically used externally on the skin. A poultice is primarily used on the skin by crushing and grinding either a fresh or dried herb and mixing it with a small amount of water to create a paste. I love making a plantain poultice for bee stings. If I am bee stung, I am immediately grabbing plantain and chewing it up. I spit it out onto the site of the sting, and in just a few minutes, the poison is completely removed. This method of a poultice is called a spit poultice. A syrup is essentially a tea mixed with honey. Elderberry syrup is a very popular syrup used in the cold and flu seasons to help boost the immune system and ward off the common cold. Tinctures are obtained by steeping dried herbs in 80 to 100 proof alcohol for 4 to 8 weeks. The alcohol breaks down the plant's cell walls, liberating its bioactive compounds, which are then preserved in the alcohol solution. Some people will use fresh herbs, but in my opinion, this is a big no-no. If you make a tincture correctly and you store it correctly, it can have an indefinite shelf life. If you use fresh herbs, that is introducing moisture into the alcohol, which will then in return cause the tincture to have a much shorter shelf life. Not only can you use tinctures internally, but you can also use tinctures externally. If I use the same herb reference as before, dried plantain can be made into a tincture and then sprayed on bee stings. When it comes to herbal medicine, there is no shortage of options for reaping the bountiful benefits of these natural wonders. From teas to oils to salves to poultices to syrups and to tinctures, each method offers a unique way to harness the healing powers of medicinal herbs. Whether it is a runny nose and nagging cough during the cold and flu season, or chronic fatigue and sleepless nights, there are many options worth exploring when it comes to herbal remedies. So roll up your sleeves and dig into the world of herbalism. Learn the wisdom of those who have gone before us and reap the rewards of the way our beautiful world is designed. Your herbal journey begins now. If you would like to learn more about herbs, when to use them, why to use them, how to use them, and what Big Pharma doesn't want you to know, consider subscribing to my bi-monthly newsletter found at www.theweeddoc.net. Or if you really want to dive deep and learn herbs from a naturopathic physician and veterinarian for you and your pets or livestock animals, please consider going to the link I have listed in the description for the Homegrown Herbalist online school. It truly is one that you don't want to miss out on. SHTF Survival Homestead Teaching Farm thanks you for watching this video. Please continue to help us help you by liking, sharing, and subscribing.